Hello, good
Hello,
morning.
Angelicka. So tell us about how you started into music and what got you into pursuing that.
So, I didn't have any music influences or anyone close to me that did music, but I nerded out on Google and I researched how do I get into the music industry. And
Okay.
one of the first options was network with your city, get to know your city, go to events, go outside and
Yeah.
make connections. So that was one of the things that I actually dove into, and Tuesday Blend happened to be one of those first events. It was an
Yeah.
18 and up event.
Okay.
Um, and throughout the research, it was like, okay, book a studio session, make friends, find people you really admire, and ask questions. So
Yeah.
that's how I got started. But I always liked music. Yeah.
Yeah. What made you like actually go for it? What made you Google search that?
I think I was just so unhappy with the work that I was doing at the time. 2017, how old was I? Oh my God,
Yeah.
it's been so long. But it was just, day in and day out at a job that I didn't like.
Yeah.
And I started to see this pattern with people where we burn out because we say yes to a lot of the things we want to say no to.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, F it, let me get this tattoo. Like,
Yeah.
it was like working a magazine job. And
Nice.
I said, I just wanted to be a little bit more creative and live a life full of purpose and happiness. And whatever that looked like, it was music.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. So I had a very similar situation in like 2018, 2017. I was like working at my 9 to 5, and then I realized I was like, I want to be more creative. I want to go do things that I want to do. So that's kind of crazy that we had the same,
Wow.
like a little bit of a timeline there. Yeah.
That's so crazy. I'm glad that we finally figured it out and made the jump, even though it was so scary.
So you have a song called Pink Season.
I do.
So what inspired you to make that song?
So, okay, well, I was going through a breakup,
Okay.
but I don't know. I was tired of myself writing sad songs. And I was like, summer's supposed to be fun. I was going out of the house more, doing things with my girlfriends, and just kind of not really thinking too much about controlling situations. I don't know. It was just a random inspiration at 4 a.m. Found a beat on YouTube, and I was like, you know what? Like, this is the season to choose yourself, to have fun, and whatever that means for everybody, whether or not it's like doing a little bit more of being feminine and, like doing your nails, taking care of yourself, whatever that
Yeah.
means, having fun. Another man will eventually take care of you if you want, but if someone's not doing it for you, do it for yourself first, and then another man will.
Yeah. It's funny that sometimes we have to like get out of that kind of a relationship in order to start taking care of ourselves when like we should be doing that the whole time,
Exactly.
still making time for our friends. And yeah, but I love that. What is the like creative process once you have that idea at 4 a.m.? How does it go from idea to fruition?
So typically I start off with the beat, right? Whether or not it's already produced or I see something on YouTube and I really like that idea. And then I start off with the melody. It's a little bit of da da da. Sometimes I don't even know what I really want to say, but it just flows. And then
Yeah.
I start with, okay, do I like that? Do I want to build on that? And so it goes from maybe just singing gibberish. Do I like that melody? Voice memo. And then I book a studio session and lay it down. So
Oh, really?
yeah, it's really simple.
It is simple.
It's pretty simple.
Did you take like singing lessons ever, or you just kind of always practiced, or?
I have throughout the years,
Yeah.
but I did start in choir in middle school.
Yeah, I was in choir too.
Mr. Miller, shout out.
What school did you go to?
Hyde Park.
Okay.
Wow, you took choir too?
Yeah. What was that in Vegas?
It
That doesn't
is.
sound familiar. Okay.
That was my first technical program I've ever experienced. It was a math and science school,
Oh, okay, that's
but
why.
it was still intertwined with public.
Oh, okay.
So I definitely am not an Asian that's good at math.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Oh,
wouldn't
no.
say I'm like, okay. It's not my strong suit. English
Yeah.
was probably my favorite.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. Yeah, I was pretty good at math, but choir was fun.
Do you
liked
still sing
choir.
now?
I try to, but like I feel like if you don't practice it, like your voice doesn't sound as good.
It's like a muscle.
Yeah.
We forget, right?
Yeah.
And, I don't nearly do as many vocal exercises as I should, but now that I'm saying it out loud, okay, that's something. If it's an instrument, work
Yeah.
on it every day.
Yeah.
It's just whatever you focus on and grow, and practice it, it'll help.
Exactly. That's cool. So your newest song, Pulse, what inspired you to write that song?
So, actually, it's funny. I don't even know if I should be super authentic with this part.
Go for it.
So actually, okay, funny. I didn't write this one. I was going through a transition where I was trying to find a new studio.
Okay.
And I said, I think what I want to do here is just try something new from everything else that I'm so accustomed to and used to, right? Like I go to this other studio with my friends and we all know each other and it's almost the same thing. But I was kind of searching for something different where, how do I put this? It was just a new studio in town. A guy invited me to a grand opening and, he worked with so many different artists at like even, what's her name? Chappell Rowan.
Okay.
So I figured I'd kind of just take a jab at it
Yeah.
and introduce myself. They were really cool people. And it was kind of a different pivot. It's EDM.
Yeah.
I just wanted to go into a different mindset where I don't want to write sad songs.
Yeah.
I don't know. This was actually a very experimental time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that though.
Yeah.
It's good to branch out sometimes. So do you feel like you're opening like a new chapter then, like you're like kind of not doing sad songs but you want to experiment with a new genre or new style?
I'd say so, yeah. And I think that's funny with artists is maybe we put too much pressure on saying we have to stick to one single genre, but how can I do that when I'm still figuring out who I am and what I like? So I said, hey, like Pink Season was more R&B pop. This one's EDM, but I don't think I'm necessarily like so set on R&B, even though that's to my core, my soul.
Okay.
So yeah,
Yeah.
very experimental right now.
That's good though. Yeah. I feel like some of my favorite artists can't be put into a genre. Like,
Love that.
and then like their style changes with like each album. And I love that. It's like a new journey every single time they have a new album. So I love that for you.
Well, that confirms that it's okay to evolve and change, because I think sometimes too, again, as artists, we're like, oh, my fans are going to hate me for pivoting this way when, I'm still emerging. I'm still trying to figure it out. Like, it's okay to listen to music based on mood. Why is it not okay for us to listen to different genres or change that?
Yeah.
When we're feeling a different type of way.
Yeah. And like we as people, we change all the time. Like we're not the same person we were 10 years ago. So like if we had to keep ourselves in a box, I feel like creatively that's like limiting to your expression.
That is so powerful to even hear.
Drop. You're an independent artist. What is the hardest part about being an independent artist that no one warned you about?
I want to say it's having to play all of the hats and knowing when to set those deadlines for yourself. There's so many different hats, right? So you have to be your own manager. Then you have to understand, okay, well, if I can't do these things and tasks by myself, I have to outsource that. Next thing, okay, how much budget do I want to spend? Because this is all coming out of pocket. So I think really understanding what's important with how I want to showcase the art that once it comes to life, how do I market that then? And then work with what I have currently without trying to feel so like disappointed in comparing myself to a different artist who has like all the budget in the world, who's already a major label artist.
Yeah. So if someone was just getting started, what would you say is like the most important places to like put that budget or attention or creative energy into?
Honestly, you can work on no budget and pick up that damn iPhone or pick up that phone or have some friends. And okay, if you can have a good supportive group who see the vision that you have, or let's say you do it alone, anything that you can do, Google. I'm using Claude right now.
Mm-hmm.
Ask questions. Ask questions on the internet. Like this, the phone that we have is such a huge resource that I don't think we take advantage of enough. And that's kind of what I'm learning more too. It's like if you can have the confidence in understanding how to do most of the things yourself, then that's when you can start asking for outsourcing or like other people's help after you get to A, B, and C instead of going A to like Z.
Yeah. So having a good core group of friends and then just like doing shit.
Doing
Putting together.
and having fun.
Yeah. When Oscar was into music, the whole reason why he got into photography and videography is so that he can learn how to make his own music videos.
Sick.
Yeah.
So-
And that's like literally how this whole thing stemmed from. It's like he realized like, well, I'm gonna have to make content. And he was also the type of person to like make his own beats
Nice.
and stuff like that, just to like cut costs and like be able to do it and everything in house. And that's kind of how we've done everything now, is like we do marketing in house, we do everything pretty much in house. We just learned how to do it. So it's, I feel
Wow.
like being resourceful and scrappy, especially when you have a big dream without a lot of budget, it's like you have to do that.
Right.
It's like being an entrepreneur. It's like you have to do a lot of things for yourself in the beginning.
Right. And that's really cool too that he's able to make his own beats, because then you don't have to deal with the copyright things if you,
Yeah.
you know, whatever. But, and I think that's one of the things too that as an artist, okay, are you going to produce your own beats? And if not, are you okay with paying those beats and finding producers and networking with them?
Yeah.
Sometimes you can buy beats online, as an example for YouTube. If it's a beat that I really like, Pink Season was actually something that I really liked, but I don't necessarily have an exclusive license for that.
Oh, okay.
So that basically means people can pay for that beat, and if you were to Shazam it, I wouldn't necessarily, like, Pink Season wouldn't come up probably firsthand. I want to say it's the first person who put their information on the distributor platform
Oh, okay.
for the credits.
Yeah.
So that's what's tricky.
So some drawbacks on that.
Yeah. So it's nice when you can start from scratch and,
Yeah.
and have someone in your corner do that, or do it yourself, like Oscar.
Yeah. So typically, do you usually just buy like a beat, or do you have like a producer or anything that can make it for you?
So yeah, two things. I either buy the beat from someone that I like online, or now shout out to On My Wave. He's an artist here in town, and he's also a beat producer.
Yeah. So are collaborations pretty important for you in town? I know you mentioned it earlier, just like meeting with other people, but you still like make that an active practice for you now?
I am actually starting to be more open to collaborative projects.
Yeah.
Yes, and just being more open in general of I don't have to take control of everything.
Yeah.
And it's nice to just understand someone else's brain and creative process. So, yeah.
Yeah. Do you actively seek that out, or you just like let them come to you, or?
I'm not actively seeking it out, but if I were to post a project and I'm like, "Hey, who do you think who would sound great on this?"
Yeah.
Then I get the DMs and things like that. But
Okay, good.
some people really like to just stick to their core group, and totally get that. Maybe that's a little bit of the pushback in the Vegas scene.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
They're not really trying to collaborate with outside people.
yeah, but maybe it's because we just all create so differently, you know? Like some people really care about having like an entourage in the music studio, and you know, some people drink, some people smoke. I'm kind of more of like an intimate person, so it's usually just me and the engineer and whoever's like a part of the project.
Yeah. And so you're into Reiki, do you feel like that's influenced your music at all?
Honestly, yeah. I think Reiki to the core has always made me not shy away from being so introspective and being raw and real. So I want to say that's why, I mean, naturally I've always been such a feeler, right? But yeah, I think when it comes to just thinking about certain things and topics and being intentional through and through, I always want it to be that. So with Pulse, intentionally just wanting to have fun and being a little bit more expressive and wild was the next thing.
Yeah.
I thought that was perfect. I really liked the beat when I was shown it in the project.
Yeah, that's so cool. Do you feel like music has been something healing for you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It was just always a way to self-cope. On hard days at school, I would write and would always just have random melodies in my head.
Yeah.
So it was another way to just transmute whatever was going on in my life to message, to truth and paper. And then, hopefully it inspires someone else on their journey.
Yeah. Do you feel like you've always been, you knew you wanted to be a musician, even from like a young age?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. And I think the hardest challenge was like really believing that I could do it because of the influence I didn't have. It's hard to, I think, see the end game when people close to you are always talking you out of it. And I don't know if it's similar for you. Are you Asian?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm happy. Yeah.
I mean, were they supportive? Like, were your parents supportive of? Okay, so exactly, the creative thing to them was just a hobby. But if I thought about, hey, going to school for this, so yeah, for the longest time.
No, go ahead.
For the longest time, it was just, medical field, same story. Be a doctor, be something that's not creative because it's sustainable.
What gave you the actual motivation and like the permission to go for it, even with people saying that you couldn't or that you shouldn't or it's a waste of time? What gave you that actual confidence to pursue it?
I feel like it took one connection. I met a random guy at a coffee shop, and he would study real estate. And he was just so different in the way that he would think. Like, I would just give him coffee every day, and he would just like give me a motivational thing about how, check on me, how was your day, whatever. But he was actually one of the first people to ever invest in something like when I jumped ship to Herbalife, right? But I think I was seeing little hints and moments. I would always try to look at like Tony Robbins or some level of influence on, if these people can do it, why can't I? So if like Beyonce or Celine Dion has done it before, why can't I figure out those pieces myself, even though I have these other circumstances working against me? And then how do I like rewire my brain to just focus on how can I make things work for me? Yeah. So it was a lot of just me outsourcing online influences, to be honest. And then I don't know, again, that uncomfortable feeling inside when you're like, I'm not happy, how can I change it? Because I don't want to continue this pattern where people are so unhappy with their life, not doing what they want to do. Like, okay, cool, you can be stable, but I don't see any spark in your eye.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I've always just been that person. I want to live a life of joy.
Yeah.
And that's where music calls. So it's been a music marathon.
Yeah, that's cool. What were some of those things that you learned from, or like, was it podcasts or books, or what were some of those things that like gave you that inspiration and that courage?
It was definitely the podcasts. Yeah. And then you hear about like Think and Grow Rich was probably one of the huge ones that I heard about, or The Secret.
Yeah.
That was probably the first one, like just understanding positive affirmations, and again, the whole rewiring of your brain. Like, what am I telling myself every day? And why do I think this way? Because I don't have to think negatively when I wake up.
Do you remember what that process was like when you were trying to like rewire your brain?
It was kind of wild. I would like write notes to myself on the mirrors and Post-it notes and everywhere that I could. It was really weird. Yeah. People would probably think that's kind of psycho, but
no, I love it.
Like, how do you start your day? Like, are you into affirmations, or would you say you finally implemented all of that positive thinking that is just second nature now?
Honestly, yeah. Like, now that I have a child, like, I don't have a lot of, I don't do like a whole lot of like an affirmation practice or journaling practice. I still do try to journal every night, but before I was really into doing stuff like that. And now I do kind of like think more positively, just like based off of the work that I did do. But yeah, I was really, really into that, like affirmations and journaling and meditation. Now I actually just like to listen to Abraham Hicks.
Nice.
I just put that on I put it on YouTube and I play it when I'm driving or when I'm like waking up or doing something. And I feel like that just like infuses those positive words. I mean, like, oh yeah, that's all I need to remember is just focusing on the good. Everything else doesn't matter.
That's so true.
Yeah. Do you have like a certain morning practice?
It's not necessarily so like blueprinted, but I for sure know when I wake up, the first hour, I just go to the gym, something active, and then I'll have my morning coffee. Mm-hmm. I actually didn't have coffee today.
Yeah. Are you a little tired?
I'm kind of tired. Yeah. No, but it's funny because I noticed the kind of person I am. I don't necessarily need coffee to be productive. I associated it with, oh, that's energy and that's exciting. That's the exciting way to start the days with a cup of coffee and friends, you know.
Yeah. But you don't need that. It's just like
I don't need it now. Do I like it? Yeah.
Yeah. Same. Yeah. I'm a matcha girl and I love it. So I just like the ritual of it, I guess.
Do you like making coffee at home or do you have a specific place and spot that you like to go to?
I do like making it at home, but I do love going out for a matcha. Like we love Greenhouse, which is over on the Southwest. We live on the Southwest.
Yeah.
So like Greenhouse, Neighbors, those are like our favorite cafes. Yeah. They're like over there in that area.
I'm over there too.
Are you? You live in the Southwest too?
Right across the bend. Well, maybe, sorry, I just doxed myself.
Yeah, but like close to IKEA, that's where I live too.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, super close.
Nice.
Yeah.
Love that side.
Yeah, I love that side too. That's what the other girl was talking about.
Yeah,
okay.
That's so funny. I feel like now that, well, I just assume that you're so health conscious naturally too, right? We think about these things when we're older.
Yeah.
But I don't try to drink my calories so much. So it's like, yeah, the matcha's the sweet treat or, okay, coffee, black with a splash of something.
Yeah. I do like a plain matcha. If it's like a latte, I'll do unsweetened. And then lately I've been doing just a matcha iced tea. So like no milk.
Oh.
And sometimes the baristas are you sure you just want water on that? I'm like, yeah, that's how it's actually supposed to be. It's a tea. Are you sure? Yeah. They're like, are you sure you don't want to add anything to it? I'm like, yes, it's okay. So what does your music life look like behind the scenes on a weekly basis?
A lot of PJs locked in my room. It's not this extravagant thing, you know. I sit my butt down in front of the computer and I'll try to filter through beats, whether or not it's sent to me by On My Wave or any other producer, YouTube, and I just write. I open up a Google document, and what I try to do is I try to write at least 3 songs per week, and then if I like it enough and I practice it enough, then I feel confident to go book a studio session.
Wow.
Yeah.
3 songs a week is a lot, and that's really good cadence. Is it? I don't know.
I mean, everybody has like a different creative process. So, you know, your flow is always going to be different, but I think I always just at least try to discipline myself enough to even just open it and try. Yeah. Because I think that's the hardest part is putting the reps in, and sometimes when you do that and you open up the document and some days you might not even say much, but the fact that you're sitting down there and making it a ritual, you then often after that notice that, okay, yeah, I can have more ideas. It just kind of, it's more fluid after that. Yeah. After the discipline.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's really good because I think a lot of people have the dream to be a musician, but they don't actually sit down and write on a regular basis like that, like 3 times a week. I feel like that's really good.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's putting the reps in. It's just like anything. It's like being a content creator. It's like you have to make a reel every day. I think that's really good.
So if anything, I would like to see myself perform more this year because I took a step back just to song stack. Yeah. To feel better and ready about material that I want to showcase. But I guess that's also that's a challenge too, right? It's like, okay, if I want to perform at this event, do my songs match the vibe? Because girl, for like years I was writing sad songs. Who wants who wants to hear that at a summer event on the rooftop when we're all in party mode?
Okay.
know? So yeah, that's why I haven't been performing too much.
Yeah. So do you feel like that also triggered that kind of transition, or was it more internal where you're like, I feel different and now I want to write different songs?
It was definitely an internal feeling. Yeah. Because I always felt like, well, I don't think it makes sense for me to try to write from an idea that I don't understand the true raw feeling of yet. And maybe people are creative in that way, and that's amazing, but I couldn't.
Yeah. So do you usually source inspiration from your own life? You don't try to like tell a story from a different, because some people do that, I think.
I'm figuring that out now.
Yeah.
That it's okay to have fun and creative in that way. Like, it doesn't always just have to be your own perspective or the way that you live your life. It could be a message about soup.
Yeah.
But in the most poetic way. Like, how do you want to talk about it? And yeah, I think it's weird. It's like you take yourself too seriously, and what does that look like? And then you bring up your own blockages for no reason. Like, it's supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
Art has no boundaries.
Right. So it's like almost like a spiritual experience where
Totally.
just let yourself out.
Through and through.
Yeah. I love it. So your music life, we did go over that. What about like your creative direction for your music? Do you usually have your own creative direction, or does someone else help you with that?
So I start with an idea, but I actually have a girlfriend named Lex. Shout out, Lex Batista. She's great at creative directing and has been helping me choreograph a few of my songs, like Pink Season. There was a little snippet where she did a whole thing on the hook. But I'm asking her and her boyfriend or fiance for help now. I think in terms of aesthetic and like how I want to style myself, I'm trying to find that out. But in terms of, okay, like this is how we want things shot in a music video, this timestamp, and how do we want to bring other dancers in? I love dance and dancing. I'm not that good at it, but I love to do it. So I'm even implementing that to further elevate the artistry.
Yeah. That's cool.
But yeah, so they both have been helping quite a lot like these past few years now.
Okay.
So
when it comes to like a song cover or like photo shoots, it's mostly just you.
yeah, so far.
But then they help with like the music video side. Yeah. That's cool. I really liked the imagery for Pink Season, obviously. It was so girly and it was pink and it looked
Thank you.
fun. Like all the girls can jam to it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And that's why I really liked this.
Yeah, it fit you so well. What are you most proud of from your song Pulse?
I want to say I'm proud that I'm even releasing it and then marketing it, because it's more of a sexual, let me get this guy to dance with me and vibe with me on the dance floor. And again, the whole going back to the Asian roots, anything that was so expressive and even slightly sexual, not allowed. So even just me being at this big old age of whatever, just being proud that I'm just having fun with it and like whatever, saying what I want to say and having a wild time without shaming myself is probably what I'm most proud of.
Yeah. Was there like a moment where you switched and you're like, you know what, F it, I'm gonna do this? Or has it been a progression of time?
It was definitely like a progression. Okay. I mean, I think after Pink Season was the start of it.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Even in the song, like Lex was so creative, and have you seen the hook?
I think so, yeah.
So Instagram. She basically does this move where she takes her hands and we're plucking like, you love me not type of a situation. But then the final finger is the middle finger. Yeah. And so that was a very like blatant fuck you. Yeah. If you're not going to do it for me, another man will. So it was just the start of that. Just again, having more fun in whether or not it looks rough or tasteful. Like in that moment, that's what's real, and that's what I want to continue to be proud of every
Yeah.
single time
Yeah.
in each evolution.
That's so cool. Yeah, I definitely feel you on the Asian parents and anything slightly sexual. You're like, don't look. It's not for you.
Well, and then, honestly, my mom doesn't even really know that I do music like this.
Yeah.
She'll see some of the videos and she'll repost. She's like, yay, that's my daughter.
Yeah. Yeah. Are they supportive, do you feel like?
Supportive, but she's never came to any of my shows.
Yeah.
And I think it's just one of those things that I had to radically accept that until I'm probably like on a main stage or even seeing whatever she thinks success is in her eyes, maybe she'll come. So
That's okay.
yeah. Asian parents.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah. 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 I deal with that too. I mean,
Still?
yeah.
What?
Yeah. I feel like there's always going to be, are you doing this right? Are you sure you're doing your taxes right?
Oh my
They're still
God.
trying to like find ways where I'm like, am I messing up somehow? But it's okay. I just try to like love them for where they're at, because that's just their own, stories. So
Right. And the intention is always good.
yeah.
Even though we don't understand the way that they show it, they ultimately just want us to do good and
Yeah.
be okay for ourselves without that, I'm sure.
Totally. Yeah. For sure their intentions are good. Okay. So how do you want people to feel when they first hear that song, Pulse?
I want them to feel sexy, confident,
Yeah.
and I actually want people to dance more this summer,
Is that your intention for that song? Is like just to get people more to dance?
Yeah, and just be
Fun.
like proud of what the hell that they want. Like, don't second guess what you want. If you want that guy to come and talk to you, tell him.
Yeah. Where do you
Uh,
think that you got your like confidence from?
I don't know where that comes from. It was like more of a learned practice, but certainly putting yourself out there, like taking dance classes and doing more of what scares you. Like typically I'm a homebody, but how am I ever going to like learn about life if I don't experience life and get out the house?
Yeah. Exactly.
So it's like asking more questions, or like, hey, like complimenting a girl at the gym because I think she looks great, and like just
Yeah.
having those fun interactions and not being so afraid of the world.
Yeah. Do you have like a specific practice you've done to become more comfortable doing those kinds of things?
I would say it's been more like taking care of my diet, and going to the gym has certainly helped with my confidence. Because if you don't feel good, like it just shines, right? So like, I don't know, taking care of myself.
Yeah. No, that's good. I feel like that is definitely one of the things that gives you confidence, is like being able to make promises to yourself and then keep them. So if you say, I'm going to start going to the gym and I'm going to start eating well, and then you actually do that, then you're putting, experiences in your own bank where you're like, oh yeah, I did that.
And that's
now
a
I'm
major
confident.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a major thing. That's a huge one right there. It's like making promises to yourself, and the more that you break them, then that's where the lack of confidence is. It's like, can I trust myself, and why?
Yeah.
Why can't I?
Yeah. That comes from like experiences, just doing it yourself and then realizing that you can.
Yeah. And then again, going back to the core supportive group of friends, like, happy to say that the people that I look up to, it's like, though the things that I want in life doesn't feel so out of reach, because people care enough to see me the way that I am and be there to say, like, you're doing a great job. We don't need validation, but I'm saying it's nice when you have that family unit.
Yeah, for sure. How do you have a way of making new friends now as an adult? Or do you feel like you just have your core group?
So a lot of what I do for work deals with like a lot of bar, restaurant liquor stores and things like that. So I think I'm almost like forced to just go talk to people and make conversations.
Yeah. What is that? I saw that on your Instagram, but what do you do for like that part?
So basically anywhere that has a liquor license in Nevada, I help to bring in world-class agave spirit. So it's like tequila, mezcals, raicias. So like a day-to-day task, like it looks like it's who do I need to talk to? Is it the bar manager, the buyer of that place? And then I present them the products and I tell them how great it is, the process, and we do events with people around town. So naturally, like what I do takes me out of my comfort zone every day. And it may seem like a lot, but day to day, like I'm just driving all over the city and it kind of feels lonely.
Yeah.
Until you have that social interaction.
Is it kind of like you're going door to door to like liquor stores and like just showing them the product, or is it like they already know that you're coming and you have like a meeting with them? Like,
so it's a mixture of both, right?
Yeah.
So I guess like if you owned a restaurant, it's typical for people to try and like vendors or sales reps to try to sell you on something. So that's their daily routine. So some people come in and ask for them, right? Or someone can inquire on the website and say, hey, like I know about this brand. How do we get it in?
That's interesting. I didn't know you were a sales girl.
I know.
I would have never thought that from your like personality, but
that's so funny. I actually used to do car sales before this.
Really? Okay.
And I never changed my personality.
Yeah.
So I think, honestly, if you can just be good with people, like sales can come naturally if you like the product enough. If you believe in what it is enough, then the rest follows. But yeah, so it's a fun job.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like because you're so like grounded and calm, like they're probably like, yeah, whatever. Like it kind of like puts their defenses at ease, you know, like especially for car sales, you know, but that's really cool.
I like to think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and I never want to sell people on something that they don't want.
Yeah.
So I'm in a lucky position where, you know, I think a lot of consumers in general want high quality intentional products. So the fact that our stuff is additive free and we only work with families who produce their own stuff, it's like, okay, well, there's already a great story behind it because I've met them.
Yeah.
Have an emotional attachment. And
so you kind of already have like a little bit of a sales and marketing background. And then do you feel like you bring those skills over to like your music when it comes to marketing your music?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I think that's what, I don't want to say I'm like a Nazi, but it's like, I think that's what almost halts the creative process sometimes, because I'm like, okay, I think it has to be like this.
Okay.
But then when does it end? Like, how do you put out content all the time? Do you even just, okay, is it just, okay, one go? I just need to put something out, whether or not I like it or not.
Yeah. I think that is kind of like a practice, because I'm very much a perfectionist too. So when it comes to, you know, I'm like about to post something and I'm like, oh, I could just tweak that one little thing. And I used to always do that. But then now I'm like, oh, is it really worth the time though? Because now I'm going to have to go back into the computer, fix it, export it, re-put it back. Like, I'm like, it's not worth the time. Just put it out. So that's been a practice for me, is like just like putting it out imperfectly, even though I see imperfections in it. Like most people, they're going to watch it for 2 seconds. Like, you know, like why put in that effort into it? But yeah, that's definitely, and I think that is maybe part of my Asian genetics of like having to do everything so perfectly.
Oh God.
And unlearning that's been a journey for me as well.
Right. Because the fact that we're showing up, that counts for something too.
Exactly. Yeah, I think it's more about the rep and putting in the rep. And I think that's why I was like so impressed that you try to sit down and write 3 songs a week, because most people don't do that. They don't do the reps. Yeah. So I think you're on the right track.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There's so much, I think, as creatives we want to do all the time, and we want to do so good at it. We have to get out there. We have to continue to put the stuff out there. Again, like what you said, whether or not it's perfect to us.
Yeah.
I don't know. We might just have that hidden gem in the pocket and in the drafts.
Yeah, exactly. Post all your drafts. You never know. So when you have like a creative idea in mind for like a song Or do you have a process? Do you like do Pinterest boards, or like what does that look like?
I do. That's so funny. I do. So I actually, there's certain color palettes,
Yeah.
or even from the shoes to how I want to do my hair and makeup. I do a Pinterest board. I'll share it with Lex, and then I'll try to like chat GPT any other things, and I'm like, okay, like what do you think about this? And this is the theme of the song. So it goes Pinterest board, the doc, a shared doc,
Ooh.
and then storyboarding
Okay. For like a music video.
for a music
Yeah.
video. But I think from start to finish, like I almost have an idea of what the look looks like ultimately. Like, okay, for example, like Pulse was more supposed to be purple and silver.
Mm.
So, and like a club theme. So I'm trying to just circle all of that around that, encompass all of that around a club vibe.
Mm. Have you ever used ChatGPT to make you a mood board?
A little bit, actually once.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, a little bit of Pulse, but it was more of like sections
Mhm.
of, hey, maybe like you can shoot it this way for this lyric,
Mm.
which I'm really impressed with.
That is really cool. Yeah. I
Like,
didn't-
Claude.
yeah. The things AI can do, man.
Do you have a favorite?
I'm using Claude more
Yeah.
mostly now, but I used chat for so long, it knows everything, all my
Oh,
goals and dreams.
Nice.
So sometimes I have to go back to it and have it help me with something, and then sometimes I might put that over into Claude. But because I just started using Claude recently,
Nice.
so I'm like, I gotta get it to catch up. But
Right. That's the learning curve. It's like, how do I want to put all my thoughts and dreams into this? Then it learns you. But then the executing part, you still
gotta do it. Yeah, you can be in AI forever, just like ideas. But at some point, you gotta actually bring it to life.
Yeah.
But that's the fun part though too, from actually creating. Do you ever feel like it's like dampening your creativity from using it at all? Do you ever worry about that?
Sometimes, because I feel like ultimately your art should stem from you.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't ever want to knock AI ever, but like I wouldn't use AI to help me write lyrics.
Okay.
I still use like, what is that, the rhymer dictionary, if I can't
Really?
I can't figure out what I want to say. But it's just, again, doing the whole reps thing. But yeah, I don't know. I think if you can, again, do things from your core, like that's what makes art magical
Yeah.
instead of using like artificial intelligence.
Yeah. I think that's really cool that you don't use it for lyrics, because I do think that there's a lot of music that's fully made from AI now, and sometimes you can't tell.
I know.
So keeping that authentic to you from a real person, I think that is important too.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your favorite thing about being an artist?
My favorite thing is probably the fact that you can be whatever you want at
Yeah.
every given moment.
Yeah.
And having fun with that, and taking away the pressure of that, because life should be fun. Yeah.
Right there. That's it. Boom. What's your ultimate goal with your music? Where do you want it to lead you to?
Ultimate goal, the simplistic answer is writing messages of truth so that people could be authentically living whatever timestamp in their life like is real, and not be ashamed of that. I think to the core, I just want people to understand that life is going to life, and whether or not it's like happy or sad, everybody could probably relate, and they're not alone. So that's probably the basis of it all, is like just maybe helping at least one person with a song. In terms of fame, I don't know what that looks like. I've dreamt about big stadiums and things like that, but I don't think I'm gonna like die on this earth if like if I don't play the national anthem at like, I don't know, out of the country. I don't know.
Yeah.
I want to take it as big as I can.
Okay.
But I've always had that mentality, is how can I be great at doing what I love and what does that look like? Like I want to take it to the nines, you know?
Yeah. What does that look like to you, for you, if you take it to the nines?
I'd love to tour. I'd love to tour and do shows. I think that'd be cool to perform on SNL at some point.
Oh, okay.
And I'm just like a quirky person, so that just matches, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, like Sabrina Carpenter. That was like the last time I saw
Oh,
like an
she's
SNL.
so cute. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Do you have like a vision board or anything? Do you do vision boards?
I don't have an updated vision board, but
Okay.
I've had some in the past.
Yeah.
Do you do those often, like every year? Or?
Yeah.
Love
I do,
that.
yeah. But I was imagining what your vision board would look like. So like, that's why.
I feel like it's a little bit of everything, right? It's like traveling and building homes, but then, you know, even with the Reiki thing, right? Like teaching people how to do that.
Ooh, is that something that you like want to do, is teaching people Reiki?
So I do that. I don't post about it.
Okay.
And it's been a while since I've taught students, probably like a few months now, but, or even the whole as a creative figuring it out. I think how cool would that be to even manage my own artists one day and tell them a roadmap so that they don't spend like 20 years trying to figure it out.
Yeah. So you want to be a teacher too in some way,
I do.
seems like.
I think being able to educate someone is probably one of the biggest values that we could offer,
Yeah.
is like teaching someone how to fish,
Yeah.
rather than just like, you know, oh, this is what I do. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so that they could do it for themselves
I love
eventually.
that. So where can people find your newest song?
Pulse you can find it on all the digital streaming platforms on the 26th of
Okay.
June of this month. So Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music.
Awesome. And then where can people find you?
I am on Angelicka on Beat for all the social media handles, so it's pretty straightforward.
Okay.
Angelicka with the CK.
Is there anything like last words you wanted to say, a message you wanted to share with everyone?
As a creative figuring it out, I just wanted to say keep doing what you love and the rest will follow. I don't think we necessarily need to understand why we're called to certain things, but just trust in that and trust it'll all work out.
Yeah. I love that you reached out and you just trusted that. Thank you for, this. This is really fun. It's really cool.
No, thank you. You've, as a creative, have inspired me for a very long time too. And then I just like didn't know where you went after a few years, and then started popping up on my feed. I'm like, yes,
Oh, really?
I need to reach out.
Okay. That's
It was
cool.
just an inkling.
Yeah, I didn't know that we met before, but I saw you pop up on my notification somewhere recently, and then I checked you out, and I was like, oh, she looks cool, like someone I would vibe with. That's awesome. Well, yeah, thank you.
Thank you.